The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business, 2012, a self-help book by Charles Duhigg, examines how forming habits can help us achieve great things, and how we all have the potential to be more successful. Although the idea that habits drive our behavior isn't a new one, Duhigg's take on the argument is. Duhigg emphasizes that habits control most, if not all, of what happens around us, whether we're conscious of this or not. Habits are fundamental to everything, not just our thought patterns. Understanding the role that habits play in our daily lives is critical if we want to improve our lives and how we interact with the world. Duhigg believes that the power of habit is suitable for all readers, no matter where they are in their lives. It is not just for people looking to achieve fast and impressive career growth, rather, it's for anyone who wants to make even small changes in their everyday lives. It is also suitable for readers looking to understand addictions and cravings. On this note, Duhigg argues that habits are so fundamental to our lives that we cannot control all of them. What we can do, however, is control the ones within our power to change. There are three main lessons in the power of habit. The first is that our brains like habits because they save us from wasting energy on unnecessary thoughts. Habits are a low-intensity thought process. Second, habits can be easily changed if we change our routine regularly. Finally, the only way we can change habits for good is to have willpower. We can develop willpower over time if we are prepared to work at it. Each part of the power of habit is dedicated to one of these learning outcomes. Beginning with the first lesson, Duhigg explains that, neurologically, habits are three-step loops. This three-step process is an easy way for our brains to conserve energy for more important tasks. The three stages are cue, routine, and reward. The cue triggers the habit. The routine is the behavior engaged in as a result of the cue. Finally, there is a reward for completing the process. As an example, Duhigg considers sitting down to coffee every morning when we wake up. The cue is sitting at your usual spot in the kitchen. This makes your brain think of coffee. The routine is the making of the coffee, such as boiling a kettle or turning the coffee maker on. The reward is the smell of the freshly brewed coffee and drinking it. Duhigg notes that up to 40% of what we do every day is on autopilot like this. If we accept that habits are a three-step neurological loop, then it makes sense that these loops are hard to change. Although Duhigg accepts that habits are difficult to break, he believes that we must only change one step in the loop to break the habit. For example, one might not sit at the kitchen counter in the morning. Long-standing habits are the hardest to break, which is why people struggle with addictions to cigarettes, alcohol, and everything else. However, we can change a habit if we work hard enough. It is a matter of tricking our brain into doing something different enough times that it forgets the old habit. Duhigg accepts that we may simply be exchanging one habit for another this way, but if we change our routine enough, nothing ever becomes a long-standing habit. This is a healthy way to live our lives, because it stops us from becoming lazy and complacent. Finally, Duhigg looks at willpower. Willpower is a key quality possessed by successful people. If we accept that changing habits means replacing one habit with another, then willpower is at least a desirable habit to have. It is also one of the hardest habits to work on, because people are often tempted to give up easily, for example, yo-yo dieters. However, it is one of the most rewarding habits. Duhigg offers suggestions for how we can improve our willpower. He recommends that we impose tough routines on ourselves to make our brains work for their reward. This may mean waking up early every day whether we have work or not, learning a new skill and practicing frequently, or following a strict diet. The more disciplined we are, the more control we possess over our lives. On the same note, we shouldn't let anyone else control our lives, because this destroys our willpower and, in turn, our sense of autonomy. Making a habit of being assertive and autonomous helps us lead happier, healthier lives. If we must have habits, then they should at least be positive ones. This is the key takeaway from Duhig's book.